Hello, very beautiful, beloved soul friends. Welcome to another Conversations with Kristin, that glorious, joy-filled, exciting time of your day where you explore the particulars of the unconscious mind from the inside out. Thank you so much for being here, soul friends, and thank you for being you. Thank you for sharing space with me on this beautiful planet. Thank you for being exactly who you are. Thank you for being exactly where you are. You are already amazing, and every part of you deserves to know that. Every part of you deserves to feel the great expanse of your own loving presence. So from my heart to yours, just sending you lots of love and light, and just thank you for being here exactly as you are. And thank you for taking time to connect with me in this way. Today I'd like to explore the truth about worry. Worry is a very misunderstood topic, and I am so excited to shed some neuroscientific understandings about this important topic that comes up all of the time. Okay, so worry is not what you think it is. It's something very different, and I'm really excited to share this with you guys. Worry is a projection of disintegrated memory system data from unconscious wiring. Worry is a projection from unconscious memory systems activated by stimulus. Okay, so let's take this one step at a time. What does it mean to have disintegrated data? What's that all about? So your memory systems, and you can explore another video I have that dives deeper into all about memory systems and integration and coupling, the coupling of memory system data. But basically, your memory systems hold every moment of your entire life. The moment you were born, the moment where you were sleeping in your bed at 10 years old, the moment from last week where you were walking down the street, every single moment of your entire life is stored in your memory systems. Every single moment. But memories are stored through associations. It's not like file cabinets where it's like, okay, here's this year, and okay, here's this year, okay, here's this year. There's no sense of linearity. There's zero sense of linearity within the storage of memories. Memory data is all about associations, which is all about vibrational frequencies. And so if two different pieces of data hold a similar vibrational frequency, they're going to have some sense of connectivity. They're going to come together in some capacity. Okay, but then how do they connect? You got this piece of data and you've got this piece of data, and how do they connect? That is called coupling. It's how two pieces of memory data couple and connect with each other. It's the ability for memory data to neurobiologically have opportunities for collaborative communication. And that's called integration. Integration of memory systems is when there's harmonious coupling. And there's distinction between elements, but they have an ability to communicate with one another. Undercoupling is when there's no connection. There's too few associations. Overcoupling is when they're too meshed together. There's no distinction at all, and they're super agitated because they're all up in each other's spaces. And that is too many associations. And both of these, overcoupling and undercoupling alike, are disintegration, where there's not healthy connections within memory system data. Okay? And so worry is a projection of a piece of memory data that's disintegrated, especially related with overcoupling. Not always, but it tends to have more association with too many associations. It tends to be more affiliated with overcoupling of memory systems. Okay, so worry comes up as a projection. So memory systems, the neurobiological reason, the core causality about why memory exists. Get this, it has absolutely nothing to do with storing the past. Our memory systems and the data they house do not care about what's happened. Our memories have nothing to do with the past. Pretty interesting, right? Like, what? But they store pieces of data gathered through past experience. It's because the neurobiological specifics, the core causality about their reason for existing is to help us navigate current and potential moments. And so when you're moving through life and you sense these automated thought forms, it's these activations of neural networks housing aspects of memory data in relation to associated stimulus. Vibrational frequency of stimulus comes in, activates vibrational frequencies of data or associations of data that have similar vibrational frequencies, and projects that into your awareness so that you have some insight regarding how to navigate your moments. But when you're moving through life, all of what's coming up, it feels like it has to do with the now. You're like, okay, I'm here. I feel a sensation of worry about this thing that's right here. It's all just right here, right now. It's happening right here in this immediate moment. It's very objective. There's this thing, and obviously I feel worried. You're experiencing a piece of data from 15 years ago in association with disintegration because of an unfulfilled attachment need. Your worry has nothing to do with now. It's just being activated now because of the vibrational frequency of stimulus. What? Worry has nothing to do with right now. Worry has nothing to do with right now. It has to do with the way that the current vibrational frequency of stimulus is activating disintegrated data within your unconscious mind. Okay, so memory systems are all about navigating current moments and potential moments. And what happens is when there's a piece of life experience where the attachment system, where an aspect of attachment system needs are not feeling fulfilled, then the piece, the experiential element that comes in from your experience goes through these translative processes to be stored within the data of your unconscious mind. And the way that it gets processed, the vibrational frequencies do not allow for integration. So if you're in a moment and all your attachment needs are fulfilled, then the experiential element comes in and the vibrational frequencies of ease are, implemented, like planted into, basically. Like imagine like there's this thing that's coming in, this experiential element, right? This experiential element comes in and it's almost like, this experiential element comes in and it's almost like it goes through like a car wash kind of a thing. Like you can just picture it like a car wash, and there's like all these things being projected on it. Like you go through and it's got like these big things and it wipes off your windshield, and then it's got this big blast of water, and there's this big like heat wave to like dry it. So that, like it's going through this tunnel where all these things are being blasted on it. Okay, just picture it like that. Okay, so you got this experiential element within your life experience, and it comes through and it goes through this like mystical magical tunnel where a bunch of vibrational frequencies are being blasted on it. Okay, and so if within the moment the vibrational frequency of the unconscious mind is vibrating at a high frequency where all attachment needs are inwardly fulfilled, which means that the automated projections within the unconscious mind are allowing for the attachment needs to feel satiated, satisfied, fulfilled, met, everything's groovy and okay. That vibrational frequency of the unconscious mind within your experience determines what vibrational frequencies get blasted onto this experiential element. Okay, you tracking with my picture? Okay, so we've got three things going on here. We've got the vibrational frequency of your unconscious mind according to the activation of the data that it already houses, okay? And so stimulus comes in, it provokes all those activations, and that's creating your personal life experience, yada yada. That's where thoughts and feelings come from. And so the activation of what subconscious data already exists creates a vibrational frequency within your unconscious mind. Okay, that's going on here. And then here, we've got this experiential element where a piece of your experience, after stimulus has been processed and translated to personal experience, then it becomes this experiential element. This experiential element is coming in and is going in and it's going to be processed and stored into your memory systems, okay? And so then it goes through this tunnel, and the way, and this tunnel blasts vibrational frequencies so that this experiential element knows how and where. So that the experiential element knows how and where. Two things come from this process. The experiential element knows how and where to be stored within the unconscious mind. Okay, the experiential element comes in, it goes through these this translative process, and you can imagine it like a car wash, and vibrational frequencies are being blasted on it. It's the experiential element is being all cleaned up to be tucked away into your unconscious mind as a piece of energetic data, vibrating at a certain frequency. And so if your attachment needs are fulfilled and your unconscious mind is vibrating at a high frequency, then this experiential element comes in And high vibrational frequencies are blasted onto this experiential element, and that experiential element goes in and goes into your memory systems, and it's stored with integration. It's stored with optimal connectivity. It's stored with a high vibrational frequency of connectivity. There is harmonious coupling. All of its data is just neatly tucked away into all these unique associations. Each little piece of the experience has its own little nugget of energetic data, and it gets filed away appropriately, and it kind of goes into the section where it's going to optimally help with thrival. And so you have the best possible navigation while moving through life because all of the associations are harmoniously coupled. Okay? So what happens if the unconscious mind is vibrating at a low frequency because there's activation of subconscious data in association with unfulfilled attachment needs? So if your unconscious mind is vibrating at a low vibrational frequency, this experiential element comes in, goes through this mystical, magical car wash that we're imagining together, and vibrational frequencies of the very, very low vibrational frequencies are blasted onto this experiential element. And because it's a low vibrational frequency, it's like it gets to the unconscious mind and it's like, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to connect with anybody. I'm feeling a bit lost. Can you please help me? I'm on my way. I'm looking for storage unit XYZ and I really am not. That's kind of what's happening to this memory system data, okay? When the unconscious mind is vibrating in a low vibrational frequency, that low vibrational frequency is blasted into the interpretive frequency as experiential elements come in and become pieces of memory data, and then it creates disintegration, where there's a lack of healthy, optimal, thrival connectivity between these cells in our body that house pieces of vibrational intel. And then that creates undercoupling and or overcoupling of memory system data, where there's too few associations or there's too many associations. And worry comes from too many associations. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool to know the neuroscience of worry. Pretty cool to know the neuroscience of worry. And so what happens is worry stems from memory system or memory data that's affiliated with timelines connected with a sense of safety, or in this case, connected with a sense of unsafety. Okay? And so when you're moving through life and you feel a sense of worry, and this could be abstract, like I feel a little uneasy, I just feel a little worried, I feel a little unsure, I feel a little hesitant, I feel a little just like maybe a bit on edge, or it could be very specific, like I'm really worried about whether I turned the stove off or not. I'm really worried about whether I'm going to hit traffic or not. I'm really worried about whether that person's going to call me back or not. I'm really worried about how that person's going to respond to what I said. I'm really worried about a specific thing. Okay, so it could be like a very abstract, generic sensation that has no specificities to it whatsoever, or it could be a very specific thing in regards to a very particular situation that you're currently experiencing. No matter the particulars, worry is occurring within you because some element of stimulus has come in and went through these translative processes within your unconscious mind and activated disintegrated data within your memory systems in association with the attachment need for safety, security, protection, and provision. And so what's happening is stimulus activates a piece of memory data that was stored during a moment of past experience where there was not a felt sense of safety, security, protection, and or provision. I'm going to say that one more time because this kind of sums up everything that's kind of been said so far, kind of brings it all together. Stimulus comes in and activates a piece of memory data, a little nugget, not even a whole experience, but just a little nugget, one aspect of the associations, little piece of memory data that was gathered during a past experience where there was not a felt sense of safety, security, protection, and or provision. And the activation of that subconscious data is what is creating a sense of worry in your present experience. Okay? So that's where your feeling of worry is actually coming from. Your feeling of worry is not coming from the stimulus. Your feeling of worry is not coming from the traffic. Your feeling of worry is not coming from the stove. Your feeling of worry is not coming from what's happening now. Your feeling is not coming from the outside world. Your feeling is not coming from your external reality. The worry that you're feeling is coming from the way that stimulus has provoked activation of subconscious data gathered through past experience, which is now being projected into your current sense of reality. Okay? And so, what's most important here to understand is that your subconscious parts are directly encountering those subconscious projections beyond your awareness. So in your conscious awareness, you're sensing a feeling of worry, and it could be a general feeling or it could be a specific thought. But beyond your awareness, your subconscious parts are encountering all of the subconscious activations that precede the production of feeling worried. Okay, your subconscious parts experience activations of vibrational frequencies within unconscious data held in your subconscious realms or unconscious mind. They're experiencing all the particulars, literally thousands of activations that precede, come before the production or the generation or the creation of the feeling of worry. The feeling of worry is a byproduct, an after effect, something that comes after and later from all of these subconscious activations, which your subconscious parts are first-handedly encountering within microscopic seconds. Like, it might even be faster than nanoseconds. It is so incomprehensibly rapid and infinite. It is so incomprehensibly rapid and infinite, immeasurable, vast. A bunch of words were coming from my unconscious mind there. Okay, so stimulus comes in and it provokes all of these ignitions. So you got this piece of stimulus, and stimulus comes in. Okay, and it could be internal stimulus or external stimulus. Like, maybe you're thinking about how, like, if it's a feeling of, I feel worried about what if there's traffic while I drive home, for example. Okay, so maybe you're moving through your moment, and then your brain kind of starts to think about what to expect next, and you realize that it's almost time to get off work, and once you get off work, you're going to be driving, and then there's a piece of internal stimulus from your own thoughts regarding driving home from work. And so that's a piece of stimulus. A thought about driving home from work is a piece of stimulus, okay? Or it could be external stimulus, like walking to your car and you see your car, and then there's a series of activations. So it could be internal stimulus from your own thoughts or external stimulus from something you see or hear or feel or something, okay? So stimulus comes in, and then it provokes activations of similar vibrational frequencies. And so if you're thinking about driving home from work, then it comes in and it says, okay, let me look around these subconscious realms. Okay, I see some vibrational frequencies associated with this conceptualization of abstract energetic vibration. Let's head on over there and see what intel we can gather. And so this vibrational ball of energetic data from the piece of stimulus rolls in through your subconscious realms, and it's like rolling. And while this ball that holds a frequency rolls through, it activates data. Okay, so you can imagine the stimulus coming in as a piece of, as a ball of energetic data carrying a certain vibrational frequency. And again, to explore vibrational frequencies of stimulus, you can explore another video I talk about the vibrational frequencies of stimulus. You can also grab a free download I have for you guys at kristinwindsor.com/gifts. kristinwindsor.com/gifts. That link is in the video description below. There's something that explains the vibrational frequencies of stimulus with visual aids. There's diagrams and then an example of a real life reality. And you can actually learn to assess the vibrational frequencies of stimulus so that you have greater understanding of what's happening in your own unconscious mind beyond awareness, and how it's impacting your personal life experience. It's super cool. It's a concept I've been developing, and it's helped me so so much understand my life experience. Like, like it is so profound the way it helps explain so many different aspects of life experience. So please feel free to grab that free download at kristinwindsor.com/gifts. That link again is also in the video description below. And so this piece of stimulus comes in. Again, it could be internal stimulus from your own thoughts or external stimulus from some kind of sensory data that's been gathered by your body. And so this piece of stimulus comes in. You can imagine it like a ball, like a ball of energetic data, and it's rolling. It's rolling through your unconscious mind. It's like all of these. You can picture it either like massive expansive tunnels or hallways, or you can picture it like a great ocean. Okay, either way, basically it comes in through. We're gonna picture it like a big ocean. So it comes in through, and in these seas, it's provoking all of this ignition of data, and so these waves start to come, and these waves are being generated as all of these individual water droplets holding microscopic pieces of data are activated within your subconscious realms. Okay, so it comes in through, and there's like this dry cavern, but then as it comes, it activates the stimulus, provokes ignition, and then these waters start to come into this cavern and fill things up, and then suddenly it becomes this big ocean, and the ball is rolling through or swimming through this sea of activations. And as it rolls and swims through the sea of activations, the vibrational frequency that it carries gathers pieces of intel carrying similar vibrational frequencies. Okay? And in this process, your subconscious parts are directly experiencing all of the waves. Your subconscious parts are in the thick of this experience. And so there could be a piece of data activated from 15 years ago. And it's this abstract, sensational piece. It's not even the whole story. It's just a piece of it. And your subconscious parts are directly experiencing that projection of intel. Your subconscious parts are in the thick of this ocean. Your subconscious parts are in the thick of this process that's occurring rapidly beyond all awareness. And so the piece of stimulus comes through, and it's rolling through this sea of activations, and the vibrational frequency has ignited all kinds of data, and it creates subsations or subconscious sensations. And this is a word I've created to explain a concept I've developed. Subconscious parts experience subconscious projections in a very different way than we experience life. Subconscious parts experience subsation. Subsation is like if you were to take an emotion, like here's an emotion of worry, and you were to slice it down into an infinite number of pieces, right? Because everything's infinite. Because if you cut this in half, and then 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 you cut this in half, you can get to an infinite number of parts, literally an infinite number of parts. If you go down to the baseline of the infinite number of parts, which obviously is like you can't conceptualize it because it's so infinite. One little microscopic piece of an infinite slice of one abstract emotion would be one subsation. So it's super, 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 super microscopic and abstract. Like if you think a general feeling of, I just feel kind of worried is abstract, it's that times infinity. The abstraction of subsations is that times infinity. It is so microscopically abstract that the conscious mind cannot comprehend it. We don't have the neurobiological tools in our conscious awareness to actually understand the conceptualization regarding the projection of subsations. But that's what subconscious parts experience. That's what subconscious parts are experiencing. And there's no way to describe it. Subsations are too abstract to describe. You can't describe an infinite fraction of an abstract feeling. It doesn't exist. So that is what subconscious parts are experiencing. And they do not have their own awareness. They do not have their own awareness. So they are not aware of their own experience. They are simply experiencing it. This is really important to get. Subconscious parts are not aware of their experience. They are simply experiencing it. Okay? And so while you're up here and you're like, I feel worried about the traffic driving home, your subconscious parts are experiencing a vast array of substations that precede the generation of that thought or feeling. And subconscious parts, or parts of consciousness, comprise the majority of our self-essence. The part of us that's up here actually noticing that thought or feeling is a teeny tiny fraction, an infinitely small fraction of our consciousness. An infinitely small fraction of our consciousness. The majority of us is experiencing life beyond awareness, and subconscious parts are directly, first-handedly, immediately, personally interacting with these substations as stimulus activates data gathered from past experiences. Okay, and so when something produces, when there's a sensation of worry, that means that subconsciously there's been activations and projections of disintegrated data. So data gathered through past experiences where attachment needs were not met. And so a moment of feeling unsafe from 10 years ago is now being projected into experiences of subconscious parts. But it's such an abstract sensation without any conceptualization of linearity that subconscious parts have no idea that it's not what's really happening right here, right now. Okay, and so then all these vibrational frequencies interact with one another and create a domino effect of subconscious projections. And then subconscious parts are experiencing a generic sense of unsafety, along with slightly more specific pieces of memory data that are being activated and projected from a time where you were driving and there was traffic and there was not a feeling of a sensationally felt feeling of security, protection, provision, safety, security, protection, and provision. And that experiential element had undergone all of these translative processes and been stored with disintegration. And so when you're feeling a worry about whether there's going to be traffic, it's projection from a piece of memory system data where you were driving in traffic and you did not feel safe, secure, protected, or provided for. One or all of them. They're all part of the same attachment system where these kinds of memories are filed into. So when you're feeling a sensation of worry, it's a projection. When it's an abstract feeling of worry and it's not directed towards a particular thing, it's just a general feeling of worry. It's a projection from attachment systems where there's an energetic space of vibrations that has a low frequency where there's not a felt sense of safety, security, protection, and or provision. When worry is about something specific, it's a combination of that plus memory system data that's associated with that. So if you're specifically worried about driving in traffic, there's a specific connection between worry and traffic, driving in traffic. That means that there's a subconscious activation of a memory system, piece of memory data, an experiential element that had gone through these processes where you did not feel a felt sense of safety, security, protection, and or provision during the past experience of driving in traffic. Okay? Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? Let me know. Let me know if that makes sense. So when you're feeling a sensation of worry, it's important to take time to connect with your inner experiencer, because your subconscious parts are not out here like, okay, I'm going to be driving home soon. I hope there's not traffic, because traffic is like not fun. They're not experiencing that. They're experiencing these abstract sensations of it's not safe. That's what they're going through. And it's very abstract, it's very implicit, it's more sensational than sensation. It's a substation. It's an abstract conceptualization of a sensation that is an infinitely small fraction of a sensation that is incomprehensible to our logical, rational brain. They're experiencing a vast array of potentially thousands, because it's all very infinite, because it's abstract energetic vibrations that are incomprehensible and microscopic beyond all awareness, an infinite array of infinitely small or infinitely abstract sensations, subsations, projected directly into their first-hand experience. That's what they're experiencing. They're not experiencing what you're experiencing out here. They're experiencing all of the stuff that's in between. You're up here and you're aware of the stimulus and your thought. They're experiencing everything that's in between the stimulus and your thought. Okay? So take time to connect with your inner experiencer and reassure yourself that even if there is traffic, I am safe and secure. Even if there is traffic, I am safe and secure. Okay? Address your worry by connecting with your inner experiencer and healing the reason that you're feeling the worry. Because your worry is not about the traffic. Your worry is about feeling unsafe. Your worry is not about the traffic. Your worry is about feeling unsafe in the situation of the traffic. Say that again. Really important. Your worry has nothing to do with the traffic in this example, or whatever the worry is directed at. Your worry is about feeling unsafe or unprotected or unprovided for, or feeling a lack of security within that experience. And your subconscious parts are where are experiencing all the stuff that's creating that feeling. All the stuff in between stimulus and what you're consciously noticing. And it's literally an infinite array of particulars. So take time to heal the reason that you're feeling the worry. Once the data that is producing the feeling of worried is healed, by consistently creating a felt sense of safety, security, protection, and or provision, you will not feel the sense of worry anymore. Because the data that was being activated and producing that style of thought form will no longer exist. You will have rewired those neural networks. So stimulus comes in, activates disintegrated data lacking healthy, thriving connections, and that produces the automated thought form, a sensation or a dialogue-styled thought, a word-based thought or a feeling-based thought, basically, of worry. But when you address the underlying reason that the worry exists by creating a felt sense of safety, security, protection, and provision within your subconscious, you rewire the data that was producing the sensations of worry so that you no longer feel worried no matter what stimulus comes up. When you feel worried, it means neural networks housing disintegrated data related with that unfulfilled attachment need are being activated. And every time a neural network is activated, it's undergoing reconstructive wiring. And so if you choose in that moment of feeling worried to address the underlying attachment need, you will reprogram all of the unconscious data housed in this unconscious mind, subconscious data housed in your unconscious mind, unconscious data housed in your subconscious realms, however you want to phrase it, including the memory systems that are connected with them. So you don't have to address the time where you were in traffic and you did not feel safe. You don't have to look at the experience from where the data it comes from. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to look at the experience where this data was gathered from in order to heal it. If you meet the underlying attachment need here and now, you'll transmute all of the data that it's connected with, because attachments are at the baseline of the unconscious mind, according to my own diagrams of consciousness I've developed. So if you feel a sense of worry and you focus on creating a felt sense of safety, security, protection, and provision within you, you will heal your unconscious mind, and eventually worry is something you will never experience again, because the energetic vibrations of unconscious data producing that feeling don't exist anymore. They vibrated into higher realms of being, everything integrated, it's all good and dandy. No matter what stimulus comes in, there will never be a sensation of worry ever again. Profound, right? Can you imagine never feeling worried about anything ever again? Because since the vibrational frequencies of your unconscious mind generating that sensation have been completely transmuted. Okay, so take time to connect. Notice the clues of consciousness. Worry is a clue of consciousness indicating what's happening beyond your awareness. Take time to be there for your inner experiencer, because your inner experiencer, it's not worried about the traffic that might be there in your now. It's feeling all of these projections of data about how it's not safe, and all of these other connections associated with that vibrational frequency. All the past times where you didn't feel safe. So take time to connect, take time to notice your clues of consciousness, take time to connect with your inner experiencer, take time to create felt healing. Feel the sensations of healing, feel the sensations of safety, feel the sensation of your own presence with love. Okay, you will transform your life experience from the inside out when you embrace this expansive personal power that you have. Through the conscious directing of your internal energy, you can rewire any neural network in your brain or your body. Okay, soul friends? So that's the neuroscience of worry, what it means, what's happening in your unconscious mind that precedes the sensation of worry, and what you can do about it to reprogram your unconscious mind, rewire your neurobiology, liberate your consciousness, and transform your entire life experience from the inside out. Thank you so much for tuning into this Conversations with Kristin. It's been a blessed honor to share these concepts with you that I have been developing the past few years. It is very exciting to share some fresh perspectives of the unconscious mind. So thank you for taking time to connect and hear what I have to say. And if you'd ever like to get together through a consciousness consulting call, I would be absolutely honored to serve as a healing journey guide to uplift and empower your everyday healing journey through life. You can explore more about who I am and what I do, or go ahead and book a session with me at KristinWindsor.com. If you liked hanging out, or you learned something new, if you enjoyed spending some time with me, or if you just overall want to spread a little love and positivity in the world, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I really, really do appreciate your support on my channel as I share my healing journey messages. Thank you so much for being here, soul friends, and thank you for being you. Namaste, beloveds. The love and light in my expansive consciousness. See and honor the love and light in your expansive consciousness. Have a beautiful and blessed day, my beloved soul friends, and I will see you next time.